Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It would seem as though Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are struggling under the pressure to perform. They seem to be having marital issues right now, and not all is well in paradise. Not all is going well in Hollywood. They've had an extremely tense year thus far. They stepped down in March. We've had the pandemic. They have moved. The second major move for this couple. And Meghan now has really cut down her trusted circle. And it seems as though Harry is starting to realise the error of his ways. Being with someone who has been so frosty and calculated with the way in which she manages her circle of friends, as her childhood friend Pretty said. Harry is currently pushing, allegedly, for Meghan to start communication again with Jessica Maroney, for her to resume her friendship and rekindle what they had. I personally find it quite difficult to believe that Jessica Maroney's spat with Sasha Exeter was the only reason as to why Meghan cut Jessica off. Now, reports are that that is the only reason, because of Jessica Maroney's refusal to outwardly support the Black Lives Matter movement. Meghan has decided to freeze her out of her private affairs. She's no longer trusted. We know that Jessica Maroney was a key person at the wedding. Her children, I believe it was both of her children, were actually flower girls and page boys for Harry and Meghan's wedding. Meghan held her quite close to her heart and in high esteem. At one point in her relationship, they have countless pictures together, and she's completely given her the silent treatment. But we know that Meghan Markle has the tendency to do this. She can be quite calculated and cutthroat. She is a very driven person, Meghan, and she has definitely gotten quite far in life by being so ruthless. But I think she's overstepped the mark here, and she's gone a little bit too far. So there is a deep rift, and what has happened is that Harry allegedly is trying to resolve the situation between the two women, because he thinks that Meghan is pretty much being a bitch. That's what I personally think, but they framed the report in a way in which Meghan's now missing the friendship but refusing to talk to her because of what's happened, and she is now putting her own mental health at risk because she just simply is only interacting with Doria. Do I believe this story? I do believe that there is tension between Harry and Meghan, because Harry has lost a hell of a lot. A poll recently came out that Harry actually is not as popular as what he used to be as a senior member of the royal family. He's not senior anymore, but he was considered once upon a time, and that was a very long time ago, as a very important key player in the royal fold. And he had 75% public popularity. It's now just dropped as of about a week ago down to 35%. So he's now become the least popular member of the royal family, which is really sad. Harry was the cheeky, chappy, happy-go-lucky guy. He's not that anymore. He is not liked. And we know why. It's his love life choices that have rendered Harry really unpopular, and his personal choices, stepping back from the military, giving up all of his military titles just for Meghan, just to be in Hollywood. spending money like water. Now, we know that the royal family are very much well endowed with wealth and opulence and grandeur and finances, but that is not their job. Their job is to serve the people, engage in good public relations, and bring in the tourism dollars, pounds, euros, whatever form they come in. Just bring in as much revenue to the British economy, or should I say institution, as Boris Johnson referred to it today on the news. Bring in as much as they can to the institution so that we can all continue to flourish and engage with amicable, international, peaceful relations with the rest of the world. And they are a part of the UK brands. They are a part of the touristic experience. If you happen to come to England and stay in London, people love to pass by the change of guards, Buckingham Palace, and the whole fanfare. Harry has done everything but that. He's really shown them to be what some people are actually saying is a waste of money and time and effort. And he's shone the light on their weaknesses, which is that they're not an essential taxpayer's expense, are they? But enough of that. I'm going to get back to this main story and just cover the basics. So Meghan Markle left feeling unsupported by Prince Harry as he tries to get her to make amends with Jessica Mulroney. The rift between the Duchess of Sussex and her former best friend Jessica Mulroney has shown no sign of healing, and according to a source, the spat has even caused tension between Meghan and husband Prince Harry. The royal couple are at loggerheads, with Harry keen for Meghan to make amends with her former pal, but she is refusing to back down. Harry has said he is eager to diffuse the situation for her own good. Harry has urged his wife to make amends with Jessica and at least talk to her in a bid to thaw the ice. He doesn't want her to add to her already heavy burden caused by fallouts with other friends and family members. Harry's plea follows reports Meghan fell out with Jessica after she was accused of trying to silence Canadian blogger Sasha Exeter, who was promoting the Black Lives Matter movement. So there you have it. And that is true, that we had this whole spat between Sasha and Jessica, and a lot of people didn't like my take on what I said about it. But the reality of it is, regardless of what happened between those two women, and this channel's not really about Sasha Exeter, it seems to have struck a chord and a nerve with Meghan, and Harry is worried about Meghan cutting off yet another long-term friend. I think that for Harry, he is starting to feel extremely insecure about not having such a strong network, similar to the network that he had back home. Harry has really given up a hell of a lot to make this marriage work and to fulfill Meghan's desires. I did read an article regarding Meghan and Harry attending Skippy's wedding some months ago, I believe it was. And this was before they actually formally tied the knot. Harry did, in my personal opinion, fly Meghan into Jamaica on a private plane. So he's always been rolling out the red carpet for Meghan to give her what she wants, treat her very well, and really please her. Whatever her heart desires, he has been ready and willing to fulfill her wishes. And now what he's seeing is that there's really not much going on. They are alone with Doria in an extremely large mansion surrounded by loads and loads of staff, and Meghan seems to still be unfulfilled. She seems to still want more. She's now trying to hobnob with Oprah and Tyler Perry and Michelle Obama, who she actually did have a face-to-face chat with when they worked on the Vogue campaign together. I think she actually interviewed her of some description, don't quote me on that. And she's just climbing, forever climbing, and not content. It seems as though no matter how high Meghan gets on the spectrum of things, it's just simply not high enough. And Harry is confused because he sees it as an indication of ending up lonely and isolated and cut off from everything that both of them knew. But that's exactly what Meghan and Harry have done. They've created a lot of bad blood in their path of destruction. So there you have it, guys. There is tension in paradise, possibly a divorce, possibly a separation. Who really knows? It's not for me to formally call it, but I think we can all see it coming. It's been an extremely rocky 18 months for this couple. I'm going to go and I'll be back with another video. Bye, guys.